Okay, so I'm back with part two. I made a mistake and hit the end recording button instead of the pause button. So you guys are getting a part two here in the same day. So to finish what I was saying, um, every problem and issue that I asked the person about, had they ever had, like, have you ever had a problem with someone that wasn't a church associate? They literally was like silent, thinking. And the answer was no. It's never been anyone that was outside of church that was their problem. It was people inside the church. And I know people will say, well, that's because you're talking about imperfect people and you're going to have problems everywhere with everyone, no matter where you are. Well, see, that's the problem for me. Because if we're supposed to be out here fighting against a common enemy, yet we're worshiping and praising with our enemy, that is insanity. Doing the same thing, expecting different results. Y'all are out here talking about battling Satan in the world, but y'all are worshiping and praising with Satan at church. Somebody you don't like, don't want to speak to, don't want to look at, don't want them in your space. Your face frowned up when you hear their name. You're literally hoping that something happens or goes wrong in their life or their situation. You are the weapon that is formed. They are the weapon that is formed in your life that's causing you not to prosper. This is the stumbling block that is keeping you from your greater, your next, your best. These are the people, this is the environment that you need deliverance from. Yet you are remaining in your where? Your Egypt. You can't get to your wealthy place. You can't get to a land overflowing with milk and honey. You can't get there. How you gonna get there from there? How you gonna get there from there? You can't get there from there. So you know where you end up? Nowhere. You can't get over there from there. You're there right now in the problem. And you're praying and worshiping and seeking God and consecrating yourself and meditating and praying and trying to get out of something. You'll never get to the next there from your current there because you're still in the midst of the problem. It's not until you make such a drastic decision to remove yourself immediately that you gain the power and the strength to look back and say, dang, I was messed up. But the whole time I pretty much lulled myself to sleep and felt comfortable there because I was comfortable. I've never seen someone get up from a comfortable spot to go do something else that wasn't appealing to them. It's going to take you being uncomfortable first, but some people are not uncomfortable enough. That's why they begin to spew attacks and be problematic to other people who have gotten free. And that's why, to me, I'm like, watch who you share stuff with. Like, I don't ask people in church to pray for me. And that may be another video or maybe not. Let's put it in this video. Maybe I'll do another one on it one day. But I don't ask people to pray for me. Don't pray for me. I can pray for myself by myself. I can believe for myself. I have thus far, and it is going just fine. Do not. I had to tell a girl a couple of weeks ago in the comments on one of my videos because she was talking about, I think it was the Tiffany with the PH video, talking about that Beyonce stuff. You know, those videos make their rounds in the algorithm. People find them and comment on them as if though it just was published. And so she was just saying, like, she's going to pray for me that God will, touch my heart or convict my heart or whatever. And I commented back and said, do not pray for me. Like, keep that to yourself. And I told her, like, that is witchcraft. Don't do it. I don't need you to. I don't want you to. I don't know what you're praying. And for you to be praying for me is praying against what I actually want for myself. I don't want whatever you're talking about. All the enlightenment and the conviction of God in my heart. No, thank you. Because I'm fine. I don't care about a Beyonce concert. I just didn't think it was cool the way that Tiffany was condemning grown people for wherever they choose to attend for entertainment. They come to her event for entertainment. Let them spend their money to go somewhere else for entertainment. You're influencing people. Let Beyonce's music empower or whatever she does on her stage influence people. I don't care. But it's the freedom of expression and the interest for people to literally overpower your own free will. And that's how I get to the format and the belief that it's not weapons from outside places that are being formed. It's not weapons of outside influence that's being formed. It is people right in your face, in your presence. You are living with, worshiping with, engaging with, doing business with, doing life with, doing church with the enemy. You're eating with the enemy. Everybody that you can sit up with, talk to, laugh with, nobody's able to tell you got sickness or infirmity in your body that goes to church. Nobody's discernment is high key or even low key operating to be like, I don't think you should have it. Didn't you just say your feet was swelling? Didn't you just say that this was happening? Didn't you just say you was getting headaches? I don't think you should be eating all that salt. Y'all don't never have the common like sense to help one another in life, but y'all got all the tools to help other people to make better choices for themselves. Stop it. You are the weapon. You are what people are praying for freedom from. You are the person, you are the individual, you are the believer that people are praying for freedom from. They want deliverance from you. Not to mention those of you who go to church and then go to work and then are complete hell on wheels. You are the weapon that is being formed in someone else's reality. You are what people are trying to get away from, trying to report, trying to steer other people from. Think about it. You lighting up when someone has a problem, you being excited when there's something you can pray about or emotionally pray on. Come on, somebody. The joy that you feel in your chest and in your heart when you have a little, go Power Ranger assignment. Be leery, be wary, be aware of people who only light up, who get so excited in their chest cavity when you have a problem that they can pray for, or an emotional, vulnerable state of being that they can pray on. That's the weapon being formed. That's someone getting ready to feed and harvest off of your vulnerability. So I say unto you, verily, verily, I say unto you, be aware and understand that everybody is not out here wanting you to prosper. They're out here grateful that weapons are being formed and they are ready to suit up and be a part of the weapons. They're ready to suit up and be a part of the problem. And then when you come back, because this was the funniest part to me, when my sister and I were talking and she was saying how she had shared some things that were going on with her. And it was way after the fact. So the things that she was kind of concerned about, she had talked to someone, she had shared about it. And she was like, whatever. I'm going to go back, get these results and find out this or whatever. They just want to monitor this. Well, when she said that, the person immediately lit up and was pretty much happy that there was some kind of assignment that they can now focus on and pray for or whatever. And this person immediately jumped into this kind of like power position where they were like, don't tell this person and don't start talking like this and saying this. And it's like, people love when you're vulnerable and then they can buck up and feel like they're giving you some kind of insight. They're telling you how to handle stuff because you've now given them light or space or information about something that you may not like that's going on. So they're like, yes, this is my inroad because she got everything else under control in her life. But now that this is here, she didn't told me about it. Let me jump into action. Stop it. So once my sister said she, gave an update, it was like, yeah, this came back and it wasn't what I thought it was. I'm just going to start monitoring this from now on, but I'm all in the clear, whatever. When I tell you, she said the person was deflated, didn't have the same energy that they had when she told them about the problem, when she told them about the concern. this church religious person, when she told them about the concern, they were excited. Do y'all hear me? They were excited. And just so y'all know what excited is by definition, because I know some of y'all thinking like giddy, fun, having a good time. Excited is very enthusiastic or eager. Very enthusiastic or eager. This person was excited about her problem. Knew exactly what to do, how to jump into gear and give all these other things that they need to start doing. But then when you come back with a positive report, and oh yeah, I already knew it was all good. Like she knew. I'm saying but she already knew it was good. So when she shared it with the person, she wasn't expecting them like to touch and agree with her or nothing. She was just telling them what, had been going on. And the church person jumped into go Power Ranger mode. Went from a whole normal person to turning into a damn Power Ranger and then turn into an animal. You know how Power Rangers used to morph. Y'all know they was the first Transformers before the Transformer movie, but not before the Transformer comic. Whatever. My point is the excitement, the eagerness that was expressed over the problem was real. But as soon as the good report came back that this person already expected and knew, was never worried about anyway, the church person was deflated. Didn't have no positive words. Wasn't on the phone hyping her up and encouraging her and saying, I knew it was going to be that. That is so good. I'm so glad to hear that. Oh my goodness. God bless you. Like, that's your faith. That's your strength. Nothing. You want to know why? Because they didn't want that good report. You got to understand that everybody that says they're touching and agree with you don't want you to have a good report. The problem is way more interesting. Like people say, a lie is way more entertaining than the truth. That's why people will believe a lie quicker. The truth will be the truth. It doesn't really cause that much engagement. But if there's a lie that is way more entertaining, way more colorful, way more engaging and enthralling, people are going to hold on to that even once the truth is exposed. Like, nah, I'm going to stick with this anyway. I like that version better. That version made me tingle on the inside. Watch out for people like that. Because you was all good and ready to pray and touch and agree with me and tell me what I needed to do and the communion I needed to take and the fast I needed to do. But then when I come back with good news, after not doing any of the things you told me to do, you don't like the good news. You don't have, the energy is not matching. Like I said, you are the weapon that was formed and it did not prosper. And now I think that so many people in church are starting to get bold and upset about their lack of power and influence in other people's lives, that they're just starting to release curses on people. They're starting to release word curses. They're upset. Yeah, God gonna turn y'all back to him. God is finna show y'all. God is finna bring down his wrath. Y'all finna see this. It's finna be like da da da, and like never before. And the earth is gonna quake. And now you all are upset that people have found their own way and path to freedom, faith, happiness. Y'all are upset about that instead of being glad that people are finding their own way and their own path to joy and grace. Y'all are pissed. People are pissed and they want y'all to on your knees. You got to suffer like me. That's literally what is being said right now on so many different levels by people in church. No, y'all got it too easy. Y'all are enjoying goodness too freely. Y'all are really out here living abundant. Not on my watch. That's how they feel. So immediately it goes from this is what you get when you come over here and convert to Christianity and to religion. But then when you don't choose it and you still get the real benefits that they're not even exemplifying or enjoying, they get upset. They immediately want you to be the one that suffers. Why I gotta suffer? Why can't you just ask for better benefits from your creator or from your savior? I'm doing fine in my relationship with my creator and savior. Because it's very clear right now that we are literally at different ends of the spectrum on the God that we serve. the God that we believe in, rather. And it's unfortunate. And like I said about asking the person about the problems or the drama pretty much that they had with other people, or was it just all church folks? When that person literally could not name one person outside of church that they've ever had a problem with, all of the hurt, the pain, the isolation, the manipulation that they've experienced in their whole lives, and now they're 67, they couldn't describe anybody else other than church people who have hurt them or done things to them or that they've had conflict with. And I then told them, it's ironic, but I can definitely speak to the fact that I stopped having problems that caused me grief and pain after I left church. I have not had to sit in a meeting with another adult. I've not had my integrity or my morals called into question. I've not one day cared more about the perception of me based off of others' ideology than I do for myself. I've not wavered in my confidence one time. If anything, I've cut people off quicker the moment they show me qualities of people from church. I don't do well with too many people that's churchy. Even if they don't go to church, I don't want to hear that much church vernacular in our conversation, or I am done with you. Because I understand that it's a mindset. It's like once something's tentacles get into you, it may release itself, but they still have left some eggs or some larva inside to fester and to possibly hatch. So if you amen in this and glory to God that, if you saying to God be the glory, all this other stuff that you said in conversations with me, I am going to respectfully decline any more time in your presence. Because it's not going to go well. So understanding that weapons are not satanic, they're not attacks from the enemy, they're not assignments from Satan to bring you down or to wreck your life. They're literally attacks or assignments or weapons formed by people who simply want you to do what they want you to do. They simply want you to go through and suffer the way that they're going through and suffering. And whether it's subconscious or whether it's intentional, I do not know. But I am of the mindset that there are more people in church who have such strong religious roots, who feel like everyone's portion should be that of begging, that of pleading, that of such grand unworthiness that it is pretty much demonstrated in every aspect of their life. Nothing about their life is full, whole, comfortable, confident, firm, no foundation that is set and unwavered. Everything about their life is touch and go. And if yours is not the same, they got to get you there. And the very thing you're praying for deliverance from is aligned with the very people you're meant to run to for prayer, for strength, for guidance, for wisdom. Spiritually, they can't give you that because they're ready to build up on the mountain that is meant for you to die on. And that is the number one takeaway for me. No longer am I sharing information with, being in relationship with, going to asking for guidance from my oppressor or the enemy. So knowing when those people are standing in front of you and talking to you, when you can realize and discern that that is who they are and that is what they're doing, act accordingly. There's no such thing as a silent or a hidden enemy. You can see, you can hear, you can feel. Do not ignore it. Believe it the first time. If you feel bondage, if you feel heavy, if you feel hurt, if you feel restrained, if you can't think for yourself or feel for yourself, if you don't feel genuine love and peace and joy around certain people that should come with that kind of feeling and energy, that's a weapon that is being formed. It's like a force field that is keeping you from truly operating on the playing field and the energy level that you're meant to. That's bondage when you can't get thoughts out and get, you know, ideas or have peace or joy. Your spirit is always being jilted or annoyed or agitated. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. So be aware of that, and, have knowledge and wisdom and understanding, like in a major way that will lead to you actually being successful in your life, in your life's journey. It's not meant to um tear you down or break you away from what your calling is. It's really meant to empower you and bring you the force, will bring together the forces from other people, other, strong people who can say, no, go ahead. I'm uplifting you. I'm encouraging you. Let me know what you got going on. Let me see what you got, how I can help you, how I can add resources to you. If it's not giving that, detach from it all. Because I am now aware fully that all of the peace, all of the information, all of the resources, all of the favor and the faith and the grace that I've been able to operate in and benefit from came along once I identified the culprit and I handled it accordingly. I escaped church and church people. And I realized that the weapon that was formed was prospering through the people I was worshiping with. All right, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead, like and subscribe to the channel. I love to add you to my 2 cents crew. Until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.